Hi everyone, I'm Mr. C, and today we are going to play Among Us for the PC. And you can get the game on this online gaming service called Steam for computers or PCs. Now, I know that I haven't made a video in a while, and I do apologize for that, but I've been busy with other things. But now I am back. So let's go ahead and get started playing. But first, let's go into the free play mode right here. Excuse me. Uh, so that we could practice. The free play mode here is a practice mode. Oh wait, hold on. Okay, well first, let's look at how to play. So we have a little tutorial screen here. Okay. Among Us is a game of teamwork and betrayal. Players are either crewmates, the good guys, or an imposter, the bad guys. Play with 4 to 10 players online or via local Wi-Fi. So you can play locally, like in the same area, or you can play online with other people from around the world, or at least in a different area in your country, wherever. Okay. So you can play with the mouse and the keyboards, like, the arrow keys, like left, up, down, right, or you could use W, A, S, and D. So W is up, A is left, D is right, and S is down. So you could use the arrow keys or W, A, S, and D, those keyboard keys, to move. And you just use the mouse to click on things. So you click on that, like you just use it to click on things around the area, or you could just use the mouse by itself and move around with it by clicking on different areas of the floor. But I personally like to use the mouse and the keyboard. I just don't like using only the mouse. When hosting a game, you have control over how the game plays. So what they mean by host is that you start the game and you can control it. So you can decide how many people can come in and play, or how many people, or like what people can leave. Like you can kick people out or ban them, or you can let people, or you could just, let people in. And you can also make your games public or private. So public meaning that anyone can come in, or private meaning that only a few people with a certain code can come in. And that's what they explained here. Okay, firstly, determine who you want to play with. If you want to play with friends online, set to private and share the room code, as I just said. If you want to play with others from around the world, all around the world, set to public. Want to play with more tasks? How about faster walk speed? More imposters? As host, you can change these settings. Be sure to confirm the changes with your fellow players. Okay, so this is what I was talking about earlier. You can actually control other things. You can um, you can control how fast people walk, how many imposters there are, or how many tasks you have to do. You, as a host, can control all of that. Okay, if someone is being rude and or spamming, hosts can temporarily kick players as a warning or ban players from the specific online room, as I just explained. Okay. Oh, right. And as a host, you just go over to this little computer right here and customize. Like, there will be a little waiting room called a lobby in the game that you go into before the game starts, and you can see other players that are going to play with you. And there'll be this little computer in the center that you could just go to, and then you just uh, customize, and you could just change those settings. But this is only done as you can only do that as a host. As a different player, you can still go to this computer and customize, but you can only customize your appearance. Okay. Players have access to a personal map to help them navigate the ship. So you just click on this little button right here. See where those little red lines are? And you can navigate this area. Oh, I mean, use the map to help you navigate the area. And I'll cover these areas in a bit. Okay, so here's what I was talking about. So the crewmates, otherwise known as the crew, their objective or job or goal is to fill the group taskbar or discover the imposter. So you have two different tasks here. You can fill the group taskbar, or you can figure out who the imposter is. Okay. So, complete tasks to fill the gauge. And it's this green bar up here. If you fill that up, that fills up as your group does tasks. So the more tasks you do, the more this bar will fill up. And if you fill it up all the way, you win as the crewmate, and the imposter loses. Okay, and so the game will let you know when you've done a task, and the game will also show you what tasks you can do and where you can do them on the map. So the map is really helpful for tasks. Okay, and of course you can also react to imposter sabotage, and I'll go over that later. But the imposters can basically mess up the ship, like they can reduce the oxygen level, or they can turn the lights off, or they can cause the reactor to go bad. And if you don't fix these soon, with the lights, it's not a big deal because having lights off can't kill you. But if you let the oxygen in the reactor go down, if you let the oxygen go down too much, or if you let the reactor blow up, then you die. Your whole crew dies and the imposter wins. And there are other sabotages that the imposter can do. By sabotage, they mess things up on the ship. So you can go and fix those. But be careful though, because the imposters can fix their own sabotages. So be careful about that. That's how they can blend in with the crew. Okay. Call emergency meeting when imposter found. Okay, yeah. And you can see that the imposter's coming out of the event right here. And you can report dead bodies. So you go to a dead body and you just press the report when the option shows up. Check admin map and security for suspicious activities. Okay. So these are security features that you can use to see what people are doing and to find out who the imposter is easily. And I'll explain more about how these work later. Okay, so the imposter, you're supposed to kill off the crew. Oh, but before we do that, I forgot. So for the crew, you can, as the game just said, you can fill the group taskbar, or you can discover the imposter. So even if you don't fill the taskbar up all the way, you can still win if you find out who the imposter is. So once you eliminate those imposters, you win automatically, even if you don't finish your tasks. So just keep that in mind. Or you can finish your tasks and win, even if you haven't eliminated all the imposters. So you could do either one. And it's just a matter of time. You just have to be faster than the imposter can kill everyone. Okay. So, the imposter is supposed to kill off the crew. So they have to blend in with the crew. So they have to pretend to be a crewmate. And they have to... Oh, and they can sneak through vents, of course. You want to be careful when you do that, though, because if someone sees you do it, then you pretty much basically exposed yourself. So, if you're going to sneak through a vent, be careful about how you do it. Don't let anyone see you. Okay, you can also pretend to run tasks, because, see, you can't actually run tasks as the imposter. Only the crewmates can do tasks. You can't. So you have to pretend to run tasks in order to blend in. You can also sabotage the ship and confuse the crew. So you can cause the reactor to melt down, or the oxygen level to go down, or you could sabotage the communications, or you can cause the lights to go out. You could do a lot of things. Okay, and you can also close doors and trap victims. So if someone's in a certain area, you can just close the door and then kill them. But again, be careful with how you do this because you might accidentally expose yourself if someone happens to be in the area. Okay, and you can kill off the crew between cooldowns. Of course, yeah, that's your main feature. You could just go up to someone and kill them, but of course you don't want to do it out in the open because that would be stupid. And once you kill somebody, you have to wait a bit. Like, it can range from I think 5 seconds to I don't remember what the lowest time is, but basically, you have to wait a certain amount of time before you can kill someone again. So, um, like say for example 30 seconds. So you kill somebody and then you have to wait 30 seconds before you can kill somebody else. So you don't have to, so you're not limited to just one kill, but you do have to wait for the cooldowns to disappear. Okay. So while playing in person, no talking is allowed to keep the game fair between the crew and the imposter. Okay, so what they mean by this is that if you're, like, say, on Discord, for example, or even on Google Hangouts or wherever you're talking with other people, like over an actual call on the computer, don't talk during the game, because if you do, you might reveal who the imposter is. So no talking's allowed. But if you're not playing in person with other people, like if you're just playing with random people online and you don't have any way to talk to them directly, like with a headset, then it's fine. Or if you're playing with people in the same building, then yeah, you'd have to be quiet and make sure no one can see your computer. That too. So basically, if you can talk to people directly, don't say anything. Okay, and if a player is killed by the imposter, they cannot talk till the game ends. So if you get killed by the imposter, then of course you're going to know who the imposter is, but you can't say anything until the game ends. To keep the game fair. Because if you told everyone who the imposter was, then that's just not fair. Okay, ghosts still run their assigned tasks, working toward a possible crewmates win. Okay, so if you get killed as a crewmate, it's not the end of the world. You can still run tasks. But you can't fix sabotages. So if the oxygen level is going down, you can't do anything about that. But you can still do the other tasks. So it's not over if you get killed. You can't say anything to the other teams, and even if you were playing online and no one else could hear you talk, and you have the chat box that you could type messages in, they wouldn't be able to see your messages because you're dead. But yeah. Anyway, and I'll go more depth with how some of these features work, and then we'll actually play some games. Oh, and by the way, you can also get killed off as an imposter if there's more than one. So there can be up to 3 imposters. So if you get killed off as an imposter, you can still, as a ghost, you can still go around and do things, but you can't fix sabotages. You can still sabotage things, but you can't fix your sabotages. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the discuss feature. Okay, so when someone reports a dead body or calls an emergency meeting, the crew gathers to discuss what they know about the imposter. Players can now talk openly about who they think the imposter is and what information they have. When playing in person, ghosts cannot talk as they already know who the imposter is. Yeah, of course. Okay, as I was talking about earlier. Okay, imposters will try to prove their innocence or accuse another crew member. So as an imposter, you have to lie. Okay, yeah, because of course you have to blend in. You could say, "Oh, I was doing tasks," and of course, like this. So as I said, you have this chat box. You can talk to people by typing, and make sure you do talk to people so that, because if you don't say anything to people, whether in person or online with messages, then people will assume that you're suspicious and they might vote you out, even if you are innocent. After discussion, vote for who you think the imposter is. Okay. So we can vote. So after you discuss, you can vote who the imposter is. You could also skip voting if you want, as you can see down here. So, oh, hold up. I think I might have turned off. Did I turn off my? Uh-oh, I think I turned off my cursor. My bad. Let me capture my cursor. Okay. Well, whatever. It's all right. Okay, so after discussion, vote for who you think the imposter is. And you could also just skip voting if you're not sure. Like if you don't have enough evidence, then you can skip voting. Whoever gets majority votes will be ejected from the ship. So they'll be tossed out of the ship. Like they'll just be tossed right out. They'll be thrown out. So vote wisely. So be careful. So when you vote someone, make sure you know for sure that it's the imposter. Because if you eject someone who's innocent, then that will make it harder for you to win as a crew. Okay. If you don't have enough information and have decided as a free crew, you can also skip voting, as I just said, to avoid ejecting someone innocent and gather more information. So again, vote only if you're sure you know who the imposter is. Practice in free play mode. Set your own task as a crew member or practice your imposter killing strategies. And that's what we're going to do. So, there are 3 maps we can choose from. 3 plane areas that you can choose from. You have the Skeld, Mira HQ, or Polis. I'm going to cover just the Skeld for now. That's the easiest map to do, and to me it's also the most fun. So let's do that. Okay, so you can see now that I am. This is the avatar I chose, by the way. That's my name right here, G-Man15. So that's the appearance I chose. Okay, so I'm a crew member, right? And here I have tasks here on the upper left, which I can actually close. I can minimize them by pressing the little tasks, the word that says task, or I can press them again and you guys can see the tasks. Of course, you have the settings here. I can change my controls. I can change the graphics. I can turn off the full screen or turn on the VSync or whatever. I can change the resolution and all that stuff. So I can change the sound effects, music. I can censor the chat, and what this means is that if someone's saying bad words in the chat, I can just turn that off and I won't have to see the bad words. Or turn it on, I mean. But I should probably do that, so just so people, just to keep this PG. So let me just censor that. Okay, because I want everyone to be able to see this video. I don't want to have to keep it to people over the age of 18. Okay, so here are some tasks, right? I have to swipe the card as the admin, empty the garbage as the cafeteria. In the cafeteria. I'm sorry. Let me say that again. I have to swipe a card in the admin area, empty the garbage in the cafeteria area, download data in the weapons area, and fix the wiring, or rather divert power to communications in the electrical area. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So let me just empty this garbage. And see, the thing is about this game is, remember, you as a crewmate are just as much danger as the imposter is. So the crew could accidentally vote you out, and you want to prove your innocence. So a key thing about this game is that it's important to make sure that you can prove that you are not an imposter. So one way to do that is to have someone follow you around and do tasks. Like if they see you doing tasks, such as, taking out the trash or scanning or stuff like that, then it's an easy way for them to know that you're not an imposter. So if you have a task that people can actually see, then you should go ahead and, show, scan yourself or take out the trash, whatever, show them that task so they know, okay, you're innocent because imposters can't do those tasks, you know? But anyway, let me show you. So let's empty the garbage here. So you pull and hold. So that first one is done. And you can see now that this task up here has turned yellow. That just means that you've done part of that task. And the game will automatically show you where to go next to finish the second part of the task. So here we have one of 2 empty garbage tasks done. If we follow this arrow down here, we can go to the other one. And again, as I said before, tasks like these, tasks that you can see, they're called visual tasks. And if you show people that you can do these tasks, then they'll know that you're not the imposter. So let's say, so let's say that someone is coming here and they want to see me take out the trash to prove that I'm innocent. Okay, let's do that. Okay, so our task is completed. See? So I did the trash. And if anyone's here, they know, oh, okay, you're not the imposter because imposters can't do tasks. Okay, so we did 2 of that. We did 2 of the empty garbage tasks, and now it's green. Now our thing is green. So, now our thing is green. So we're done with that task. So yellow means that, so white means that it's not done at all. Yellow means that it's partially done, and green means that it's completely finished. So the task is done. So let's go ahead and do another task. So we can use our map to tell us where these tasks are. Okay, so we're in the admin area, or close to it. So let's go there. So, and I should also point out that there are these dummy bots here. They don't really do anything. They're just here for practice. Like as a crewmate, like you can't really do much to them other than vote for them. But as the imposter, you could just practice your killing strategy. So you could just kill them and then do whatever. Okay, so, but anyway, one thing at a time. Let's go ahead and do this admin task. You can also I should also point out, so when you come to these little yellow things here, that means that you can do these tasks. And you can click on this use button here in the bottom right corner, or you can just click on the object itself. It doesn't matter. Okay, so let's click on that card. And this task is kind of annoying. You have to swipe at the right speed. But I did it on my first try because what I found you could do is that you could just swipe like halfway through. You could swipe really fast and then slow down on the other half, and then the game will accept it. That's the easiest way to do it. So swipe really fast at first and then slow down your swiping. But you have to do all of that in one swipe. Okay. So let's go to we're in the electrical area. Let's just do that. It's easiest to just do the closest task you can. But here I'm in the electrical area, and this area is pretty dangerous because a lot of people will do their kills here, especially, and this is because like some people will sabotage the lights, and then others will come in and try to fix the lights, and then the imposter will just kill them and then run away. So this area is pretty dangerous. It tends to be targeted a lot, so just watch out for that. That's why some people just don't want to risk fixing the lights. But, sometimes you just have to take a risk. This game is all about risk and deduction, being able to figure things out from the information you have, and luck and skill. So all of these factors come into play. Okay, so let's fix the wiring. Not fix the wiring, I'm sorry. So let's divert that power to comms. And by divert, what divert means, it means to direct something to a different place. So that's what divert means. Okay, so let's do the second part here. Just click on that, and we're done with that. Okay, now we have one more task. We've done 3 tasks already, and they're all green. So now we have one more task. Okay, so now we just have to download data for our weapons. So let's download. And again, some of these tasks, like this one here, can take quite a while to do. So you have to watch out when you're doing tasks. Personally, I like to watch for when other people are coming when I'm doing a task. So that way, if I suspect that they're an imposter, I can just stop the task and run away. But again, be careful with how you do that, because you don't want to leave a task unfinished, because that means you have to go back and do that task again. So, let's fix that. Let's do this task. So like, let's say for example, oh, I see someone, oh no, let me run away. And it's like, okay, I'm safe now, let me do it again. But again, as you can see, now I have to start over. So, be careful with, like, just be really careful with stopping tasks. And we're done. Okay. And, okay, so it says, normally the crew would have just won because the taskbar is full. For free play, we issue new tasks instead. Okay, so since this isn't a regular game, you know, since this is a practice mode, we can just keep doing new tasks. So, because, you know, it's not a real game, so there's no crew to actually play with. Just these dummies here that don't do anything. These dummy robots, I mean. So for free play, they're just going to give us new tasks instead of just saying that we win. That's alright. I wanted to show you guys other tasks too. Okay, so let's open up the task panel. Okay, let's fix the wiring. So we need to connect the colored wires to each other. What if you connect the wrong wire like that, you can still fix it. So you just grab this little end here and then connect it here. And you could take that off too, but there's no point. It's simple, really. Just connect this to this, just the same color to the same colored wire. Once you connect all the colored wires, that's that. So now we go and do the other one. Here's this one. Connect the wires with the same color, and that's that. And then there's one more over here. And you can also click on the map here, and certain tasks that are flashing like that, like see this little icon here that's pulsing, it's flashing, getting bigger and smaller. That just means that that's part of that yellow task, the one that you've done some of. So I was going to show you where to do the next one, and that's what the arrow is also doing here. Okay, and then we connect the pink to pink. We connect yellow to yellow, blue to blue, and red to red. Okay. Oh, and I should also point out here that we have this emergency button here. If you think you know who the imposter is, and you don't want to wait until they kill somebody, you can use that. Or you can click on the button itself. And then it'll tell you how many emergency meetings you have left. We have 1, but that's okay. We don't need another one. And then we can just discuss here, but since these guys are all dummies, they're not going to do anything other than vote. Okay. So you could say, for example, I think that yellow is suspicious. You could say, I saw him go through a vent. It's like, I know it was yellow. And you could say, I'm voting yellow. Like, you could say anything, but whatever. So, Okay, of course I could skip voting or cancel. Like I could say yes with the check mark, or I could cancel with the X, or I could just click on someone's box here and then say yes or no. Like, let's just vote him off. And of course, see, no one's gonna get voted off because it's a tie. So you have to get the most votes for someone to vote them off. Okay, so no one was ejected. Tie. 0 imposters remain. Of course, yeah, like there aren't any actual imposters in this mode. There just aren't. I should have pointed that out earlier, but yeah, there are no imposters in this mode. But you can become the imposter. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue our tasks. But wait, if we try to use the emergency button again, it'll say that we don't have any emergency meetings left, so we can't use it. Okay, so be sure to use that button, that emergency button, wisely. Okay, and try not to use it too much because people will get mad at you if you do that, because like they could be doing tasks and they were just about to finish and then you call the button, and if it's not for a good reason, people will get mad at you. So just use it only when you have to. Just don't be annoying to other people. Okay. Oh. Okay. Whoops, my bad. Okay, so we gotta destroy these asteroids. I don't really like this task. Oh, you can get 2 at the same time. Wow. Okay, there we go. So you just click on those little rocks. Okay, let's see. So let's go to navigation. You can see that there's a dummy thing here. And there are 2 vents here. One that goes to... And they go to different areas. I'll show you guys that in a moment, but let me just do these tasks. So here we have to line up this cursor right here. You could drag the cursor, or you could just simply click on the targeted area. The area that you need to target, I mean. Okay, I guess I should also... I forgot to point out the map. Okay, so... You can see that in this map you have different areas here that are labeled cafeteria, upper engine, reactor, security, lower engine, med bay, electrical, which is where we need to do our next task, and so on and so forth. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this task. So let's do that there. And then let's do that here. Okay, and we won again. Okay, so I think that's pretty much all the... I think that's all the tasks I'm gonna do for now, because the third ones are just gonna be the same. Really. Okay, I think something I should point out, there's nothing wrong with trusting people in this game, but be careful with who you trust, because someone can turn that trust against you. So just because someone is following you around and watching you doesn't necessarily mean that they're not the imposter. Because they could just be lying to you. They could say, oh, like you could say, oh, if they wanted to kill me, they would have done it already. But you never know. They could just be waiting to kill you. So be careful about who you trust in this game. Sometimes you can trust other people. Like if you go with someone else, you do tasks, they do tasks. If you see that you both can do tasks, then you both can just clear each other of suspicion. But if you're the only one doing tasks where someone else is just following you, then that's a little suspicious. Oh, and regarding that word, suspicious, oftentimes you'll see people say sus, as in S-U-S, instead of suspicious, they'll say sus. So, like, that just means suspicious. It's just a little term that people use. So, just so you guys know, you'll see the word sus a lot. Okay. I'm not going to do the rest of this. We don't need to do these tasks again. Okay, let's go ahead and leave the game. I wonder. I've never actually tried to be the imposter in this mode. Okay. Sorry, I'm just looking for something here. Okay, I'm trying to see how to do this as an imposter. How do you change this to imposter? Oh, you go to this computer here. Okay. Now I'm the imposter. Okay, cool. Okay, you can see here that I have a cooldown here. So once this cooldown here counts down to 0, I can kill. But I can't do it now because I'm not near anyone. You can see now that I can just take the vents and I can sabotage. So I can also use the emergency button too. But I'm not going to do that right now. I might as well do that actually. Or actually I'll do that later. Okay, so let's sabotage reactor, right? So if someone doesn't fix it, then they're screwed. But there's no one here to do it because I'm the only one who's actually working. So normally the imposter would have just won because the critical sabotage. Instead, we just shut it off. Okay. So like normally when that reactor sabotage happens, you have to go here and hold that down. Someone else has to go here and use this machine here. So 2 people have to shut off the reactor. Okay. Of course I can. Let me show you the other sabotages first, and then I'll show you the kills and then the vents. So let's say. Oh no, the oxygen's gonna go down. Let me go and fix it. Now, as the imposter, you don't actually fix it. You want the crew to fail. But sometimes you can fix them sometimes you can fix the oxygen to. Well, I'm gonna lose anyway. Well, not I won't lose, but the crew will. Okay. So, yeah, like as the imposter, as I just said, you can fix your own sabotages, but oftentimes you just want people to fail to fix the sabotage so that you win because they didn't fix it in time. But sometimes you want to fix the sabotages so you can blend in with the crew. So just sabotaging and then leaving it alone, it's not necessarily a good thing. It depends, really. But if you're going to sabotage something, make sure you're away from the area when you sabotage. Otherwise, it just comes off as suspicious. So, for example, like let me sabotage the lights here. And see how I'm all the way over here near navigation? Like I'm in navigation now? If I sabotage electrical, then no one will automatically suspect me because I'm not in that area. So the lights are going out. But of course, that doesn't affect me as the imposter. So only the crewmates are affected by vision, are affected by poor lights. So turn this down. So just turn that. So just fix the ones that don't have light green. So just turn them all to light green, and then there. And of course, these are fake tasks, because remember, I can't actually do any tasks. I can't take out the trash, for example. It wouldn't work. I can only fake my tasks, or pretend to do my tasks. Okay, so I showed off the oxygen sabotage, the reactor sabotage, and the light sabotage. So let's sabotage communications. So what this does is that you can't see, like if you're a crewmate, you can't see your tasks anymore. That's just what it does. You just can't see your tasks. And not only can you not see your tasks, but you also can't see how many tasks you've completed. So you can't see the green bar fill up. So it's not something you want. But as the imposter, it doesn't really matter because you're not part of the crew. Okay. So here we have to adjust until we get it just right. Yeah, like that. Okay. So those are all the sabotages. And of course, you can also just close doors. Like, see, I'm in the storage area, right? So if someone else is here with me... Actually, no, let me do this somewhere else. So if okay, so there's someone here in the reactor, right? Let's say I want to kill them. So what I would do here is... Oh, wait, no. I can't do that either. Huh. Can I trap this? Oh, I can do it here. Okay, so let's say I'm in security, right? I can trap this person in here. And then I could kill them. And then escape with the vent. So I can use these... I can close doors to trap people. But they open up after a while. You can see now that, see, every time I sabotage something, there's a little bit of cooldown. So you can see now that something here is... It was black before, but it's turning white slowly. Like, it's just going down and down. That just means that you have to wait for that thing to completely go down, for the whole thing to be white again before you can do it. Again, like this. So let me sabotage again. See? And now that thing is grayed out, so I can't click on it. And it's slowly recovering. See? So that was the security door. Okay. So let's wait for that to recover, and now I'm going to show you the kill. Oh, I forgot to show you guys about admin and security. Okay. Well, I'll show you that in a moment. First, let me just go ahead and show you guys the kill. So, trap someone here. Oh no, he's trapped. Let me kill him. And then I could report myself and blend in. Or I could just run away and then pretend I never saw the body. So let's say... Oh, and you can also report dead bodies as a crewmate too. Okay. So let's report the body. So let's say, oh no, I don't know what you guys are talking about. I never came near the body. So let's say I vote. And like, of course you can accuse other people as the imposter. So you could say, I didn't do it. I bet it was orange. And then I could just accuse him and just lie to everyone and say, oh no, orange did it. Even though the ghost that's dead here, the green guy that I killed, he knows that I did it. So I'll accuse orange. Okay, so it's a tie, so no one's gonna get voted off. Okay. So I'm the imposter. Still. Okay, so... Okay, so let me show you guys... Oh, right, I forgot. So let me call an emergency meeting as an imposter. Right? You can do that too. So you can do that, call. Of course, these guys are just going to vote right away since they're dummies. So you could say... I remember how I was talking about the word sus before? Sus? That just means suspicious. So sus means suspicious. You'll see that a lot. So when you say that someone is sus, that means that they're suspicious. So I could say, Blue is sus. He wasn't doing any tasks. So you could do that. I bet it was Blue. Ha! Now Blue's gonna get voted out. Okay. Since he got the most votes. But he was not the imposter. I was. So the crew voted him out. Shouldn't have done that. But they could. But again, that's the thing about this game. Like, you need evidence for really good accusations. So they couldn't have known. Okay. So let me show you. Okay, so yellow's here. Cool. So let me show you guys the security features first before I continue killing. So, security, you can see who goes through these cameras here. So there's a camera here toward near navigation, a camera here near the admin room, a camera here between reactor and security, and a camera here near the cafeteria, like right outside the medbay area. So you can see people. So you can see people go through these areas. So if you're gonna kill somebody, in this area, in these areas, just watch out for the cameras. Like, you'll see these cameras here with the blinking red lights. You see them. You see them attached to the walls, and they have blinking red lights. So be careful. If you're gonna kill in any of these 4 areas, don't actually, because someone might be watching you. And you can see that this area here has a vent. So if someone sees you kill and then vent, then that doesn't look good for you. But again, if it's just one person doing it, then that's not really, it's going to be kind of hard to confirm that. But if it's 2 or more people saying the same thing, then yeah, you're pretty much screwed. So basically, just watch your back. If you're the crewmates, watch who you trust. Watch everyone else. Make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to. And if someone's not doing anything, then vote that person out. And if you're the imposter, cover your back. Make sure you blend in with the crew. Don't kill or use vents out in the open. Don't sabotage in an obvious manner, and you should be good. The cameras are honestly more useful than the admin feature, which I will show you guys in a moment. And then I'll show you guys the vents. Okay. So let's go to this admin feature here. So what this does is that it shows you people who are entering and exiting areas. So you can't see them move between hallways. You can only see them appear in different rooms. So like say there's someone here in the upper engine area. They could just jump to cafeteria, or they could jump to reactor, or to security, or to lower engine, or to medbay. So they can only go to any of these adjacent areas that are near the upper engine or next to the upper engine that are connected by the hallway. The person in the upper engine can only go to those areas I mentioned. But the imposter can use vents, remember? So they don't have to go to adjacent areas. They can just say go from hold up, I'm trying to think of an example. Here, let's see. There. Yeah, like that. Okay, so Okay, so in my case, right? So I was an admin, but yet I jumped to the area outside of navigation, and there's nothing connecting the admin area to that area outside of navigation. So if someone sees you on admin doing that, they're like, "Hey, how did you get from here to here so fast?" So see here, like I'm supposed to be an admin, but I went and jumped right to the area outside of navigation. I can't do that normally as a crewmate. I can only take the hallways. I can't take the vents to skip areas. So that's what admin can be useful for. Like if you see somebody, you can see somebody venting, but the problem with admin is that you can't really see who it is because everyone here has the same color, as you can see. They're all yellow. So you can't really see who's actually doing the venting. You can only see that it's someone's doing the venting. But anyway, yeah, just wanted to show you that. But it can still be useful. It could still be useful though. Yeah, like because at least you know that someone is venting in a certain area at a given time. So remember, imposters don't have to take the hallways. They can just pretty much skip areas. So watch out for that. Okay, now let me show you guys the vents system. Oh, and remember, there's a security camera right here where I am. See? It's right above me. Again, it's off right now, or actually, it should be on, but whatever. It's on, but whatever. So don't do anything stupid in this area if you're the imposter. Watch out for those cameras. Okay, so let's say, oh, I kill you, and now I'm gonna vent. So this sabotage button will now turn into a vent button, and I could just jump to areas here. So see. So that's one vent system, or I could jump from here, go here, and then jump to here right away. Or I could do this, and then go here, and then jump right to med bay. Or I could go here, and then jump to electrical. Or I could jump from electrical right to med bay. So I can travel between med bay, electrical, and security. Let's just jump here. Okay. But again, when you vent, make sure that no one sees you doing it. Otherwise, people will know you're the imposter. And I think this is another vent. Okay, so we could actually jump from admin to cafeteria, or from admin to this area outside of navigation, or this area outside of navigation to cafeteria. So we could go here, and here, and here. But again, remember there's a camera in this area right here, as I said earlier. So you don't want to vent right here. I mean, you can, but it's risky. And you better hope that no one sees you on the cameras when you're doing this. Or no one in the hallway sees you anyway. Okay, I think that's all of the vents. Oh no, not all the vents. There are more. So we could go from here, from weapons to navigation, and back. Or we could kill you, and we could go from navigation to shields, and back again. And we have to wait for me. I have to wait before I can kill someone again. And that's really it. I think that's all the vents. I can't think of any other vents. So you can see now that there are several vents. So like if you look at the map here, so they're on the outsides of the area. You got vents that go from here to here, and then here to here. So it's like 1, 2, 1, 2, and then you got in the inner areas where it's like there's a little triangle. So you can go from here to here, here to here, or here to here. So you can see now that it's a symmetrical thing. Like both sides mirror each other. But anyway. Oh yeah, and on the map you can see where to do your fake tasks, but of course you can't actually do them because you're an imposter. You're not a real crewmate. Okay, now let's go ahead and finish this off by killing everyone. So let's see. I already killed the person. There was a person. There's one more person I need to kill. Let me go to admin. Okay, so I'm here. I already killed someone in navigation. Okay, so I need to go to med bay. I already killed. I believe I already killed. I guess I need to go to med bay and reactor. Okay. Why didn't I just go this way? And of course, you don't actually have to. I should point out another thing about the vents. You don't actually have to go through different areas of the vent. Like you could just hide in here and then come back out. You don't have to actually jump to different areas. Vents can also just be hiding places. They don't have to be fast transports. So it's like, oh no, he's right there. Let me hide. I mean, of course, he can still see you anyway, but I'm just pretending right now. Like, pretend that he can't see me. And then it's like, okay, he's gone. Now I can come out. But anyway. And then boom, that's it. Normally the imposter would have won because the crew can no longer win. But for free play, we just revive everyone instead. Okay, so I killed off everyone, but since this is free play, everyone's going to get revived anyway. Okay, so you're wondering, you guys are probably wondering, hey, wait a minute, you had 2 more people to kill. Because you still had that purple guy back in the reactor. Well, here's how it works. So remember, actually I don't think I mentioned this, but the imposter keeps killing until only, like, okay, so I'm sorry, let me start over. So if there's one imposter, then the imposter keeps killing everyone until only one crewmate lives. So like, if there are 2 crewmates and 1 imposter, then the imposter just has to kill one of the crewmates and then boom, done. That's it. And then the imposter wins. Because at that point, it's already pretty clear who the imposter is. Because it'll just be 1 crewmate, 1 imposter. And if that happens, then the imposter wins by default. And so you can see that I didn't actually have to kill every single person. I just had to kill most of them, except for 1. I didn't have to kill the last one. Okay. So, but for 2, I believe once, I can't remember, honestly. I think for 2 imposters to win, I can't remember actually, because I never paid much attention to this. I just know that if you have 3 crewmates and 2 imposters, then yeah, I'm not sure if you can get away with, if you could still live if you have 2 crewmates and 2 imposters. I don't know, because I haven't paid much attention to that. I only know if for like 1, what the win condition is for 1 imposter. For 2 and 3, it gets trickier. But basically, I mean, at least just make it so that you don't. So that if you have 2 imposters, make sure you don't have 2 crewmates left, like, or 3 imposters with 3 crewmates, because you don't want that situation. So basically, just prevent it from getting that far. But honestly, I don't even remember. I don't even remember. That's embarrassing. Let me see. Let me see if I can look it up. Let's see. I'm trying to remember. I honestly cannot remember. Okay, sorry. Okay, I'm trying to. Hmm. I don't know. I don't know what the win condition is for 2 or 3. I don't know. I don't know. For some reason, I can't remember. Maybe if I find it later, I'll just put it in the video description. That's just embarrassing. Like I don't know. I think it's like I'm pretty sure you have to. I think it's like you have to have 2 crewmates and 2 imposters for the 2 imposters to win, but I'm not entirely sure about that. Or I don't even know what it is for 3 imposters. Okay. So anyway, but yeah, basically that's pretty much the imposter game. Oh, and another thing. Remember, you don't have to use vent. You don't have. I mean, vents are not just for hiding. You can also use them to spy on other people in the rooms. Like, so I can use this vent here to spy on the red guy here. But anyway, that's the game. So I can just turn myself back into a crewmate if I want. So now I'm a crewmate. So I can't kill anymore. Or use the vents. Okay, but that's the game. And there are probably more strategies that I haven't covered. But anyway, basically just watch your back and don't do anything stupid. So I think that covers the tutorial. Oh, right, one thing. I gotta do online here. You can go online and you can even change your name. So I, for example, can change this to Mr. C. But I'll just leave it at this one. Wait, hold up. How many? Oh, okay. Only 8 characters. Oh, 10 characters are allowed. Okay. So I can create a game as a host, or find a game that's public, or find a game that's private. And by that, I mean that someone can just give me their code and I can just type it in like that. And public games can also have codes too. So if you want to play with a friend and they're in the public room, you can ask them to give you the code and you can just jump right in. But anyway, that's really it for Among Us. So that's the tutorial video. I'm going to do a separate video where I actually play with other people. Okay. But anyway, so this is really just part 1. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I will make the next one pretty soon. But until then, goodbye.